especially the local aggregators, they feel untouchable. They always claim they have big boys behind them who support them. For example, in my case, I talked to DMAC and I told them, DMAC is one of the aggregators we have in the country. I told them, put down my music because I feel I'm not getting paid enough. Put my music down. I own this content, it's my content. Up to now, DMAC, 2 years, 3 years, they have deliberately refused to put my music down because they feel they're always, like yesterday we were in a meeting where one journalist here disrespected us, called us disorganized. That's how they always term us. Like, you got very disorganized, but we look disorganized to you based on our petition. These people misrepresent us, these media people. And the people out there, we are not disorganized. So when they misrepresent us as disorganized people, these aggregators don't respect us. We speak to this because our image has been killed by our media people here. You've all seen it, how they present Shiba, Palazzo,
that you always slap them.
For example, yesterday we were in a meeting. We didn't slap any of them. We just asked them to not film us. And what they did, they presented us like we fought them. That's what they put out there in the media. They always misrepresent artists. So these aggregators, they feel untouched. I have asked DMAC to put down my music for the past 3 years. They refuse because they feel untouched. It's my content, I created it. I have a right to tell them to stop using it. And they're still collecting money from my content. Thank you, sir. That's my submission.
Thank you.
Let the vice president.
Thanks, Lucky. Thank you, Chair.
The camera, you called us disorganized yesterday, and you failed to apologize to us. So I want you to either accept that you are going to apologize to us, or you need your fellow journalists to film us and you walk out. Because he presented us as disorganized, he filmed us, he said you guys are very disrespected us yesterday.
And very bad at good content.
And today you again here to film us. So you guys apologize to us or you walk out.
Excuse me.
Let's be
Excuse me, Chair. Can I say something? Let's be a bit orderly. And I think you had an engagement yesterday. I have not followed. Myself have not followed. And let's stick to the issues of this meeting without getting confrontational over. Let's contain it. But I think we'll make a forum where they have to deal with it. Because if you had an engagement with somebody yesterday somewhere, and then the next day, like we are here meeting over different things, and then we start from where we stopped yesterday, that is not going to be very good for this meeting. But I do take it on behalf of the artists of Uganda that the two groups work together, the journalist and the artist. And in most cases, the journalist promotes. But in the media, they can take you up very high. And for some reasons, they can also bring you down. So I think let's engage to see how the relationship between the artist and the media and journalists is, because we need each other. I was not there. I didn't hear. I would have. If he had mentioned it here, personally, I would have asked him to apologize. But since I have not heard, I'm only hearing from him. I won't even see the content of the engagement yesterday. I think I would not be fair to say apologize on something I am not ready for. That one, please. Yes, Honorable Ting.
Maybe what I want our artists to take in good feedback. These guys,
especially my brother, Bruno K, is on the issue of the media. You cannot grow, you cannot work without the media. Think as mentioned here, they abuse us, all of us. But they are here in Parliament, we continue to work with them. You see, the other day they put the speaker like this, the other day His Excellency the President, but we leave them. The moment you begin exchanging, then you are losing out. Because whatever you want, you need the media. There are characters which are not good, but then it may not be you to put them to order. Otherwise, if you begin those confrontations, you are losing it out. Leave them, let them be, whatever they say. If you don't give it attention, it will die from there. If you give it attention, it will go on forever. I submit, Chair.
Reinforcing just a few things that have been said to make them much more clear. So, really, we are here as a federation. This represents 25 domains or 25 associations from across Uganda. So you might see a small number here, but we have a fully elected leadership, and we represent the entire music regions of Uganda, from Sebei to as far as Karamoja back to Kampala. So the reason why we're here is we're musicians, and we have been called a lot of names. We have been misrepresented in society on a lot of things. We are tired of being called beggars. We musicians don't construct buildings and all these things. We construct intellectual property. And with intellectual property, it's very not well protected because we're running on an outdated system, that copyright system from 1959, and a few amendments have been done, but we have not been well represented. You've never seen artists being represented from across all domains or regions of Uganda with one voice, yet these are challenges we go through individually as artists. So we are here as a federation to speak as one voice today. I want to bring to your attention that our collateral is seated inside an outdated copyright law. Right now the world is going digital. So our collateral is not protected inside that law. There's been introduction of a lot of digital devices. We must agree that music and art is part of our culture. And when you see all works both digitally, from the new devices, new technology, new streaming technology, like for example, they say Lord Fred Sebaka, that's a man that could be a rich man still earning from home if this law was in place, or if intellectual property was protected and recognized fully across the nation as the pain of all artists from all regions. So even our dead brothers can't go to school. All of you enjoy Mozart Radio's music and so many more, but how do you expect these kids to go to school? His protection is only if this law comes to place and intellectual property is protected. I can spend my whole entire lifetime working, but I can't even go to a bank and prove my earnings because I'm earning off stage. But if this is in place and royalties are working and collaborative percentages are operating properly, and we are enforcing copyright, the government, we are here to build our needs around government. The government is losing a lot of uncollected revenue through music piracy, through the lack of emphasis of their private copy levy, which protects the mechanical rights. Like for example, when you download a song on your phone, a lot of you have our music on our phones. One honorable said he doesn't even know how it gets there. So when you have that music on your phone, you have what they call a private copy. So you actually have a copy of my song, but there is no way to tax that. But unless this device is taxed at the port of entry, which will be a big contribution to the tax of government, and also a good way to preserve and protect our musical art as part of our culture from piracy and different leakages. So there is billions uncollected due to this copyright and piracy and so many and other very big organizations operating without licenses, other platforms, digital platforms, publishing our music without licenses. They are not monetized. Our music has become free. And at this point, you must agree that music has become a utility in our homes. We consume it like water, like electricity. If we can preserve, though it's a service. So if you guys enjoy the service, this is something we can't do without. A lot of you have never been to your homes, but my music is there. And I spend sleepless nights creating this. It's not easy to stay competitive. So yes. So I know, I'm sorry I might take your time, but please give me a chance. I'm not always here. This is my first time. And and I represent a lot of people that will find that to be unfair.
Yeah, but that's
Yes. So, what we are saying here, we want the government, like I went to MTN and they say the government is taking a lot of taxes off the copyright of the Calabac tunes. We want that to change. And we want this business to stay, you know. We don't want to threaten the business away at the same time, but we want it to be fair to all of us, raise the percentage. We want the enforcement of the private copy levy, so that once you have copies, so that this is revenue the government is also missing out on. We want to preserve our music. We want to grow our nation through CMOs. CMOs need to be empowered and they need to be highlighted. They need to be operating much more clear, but they cannot operate if we don't have this copyright flow through. It's a whole system that works together. So thank you, that would be my summation. Thank you.